I literally feel like an excited kid at Christmas. Let's get this unboxed. Hi, I'm Ash from Droning On, and the DJI launch event has probably just finished. DJI very kindly sent Droning On this brand new product weeks ago, but we've not been able to say a word, which has been very hard. We filmed a set of unboxing and test videos, so click that subscribe button now so you don't miss any of them, comment below with your thoughts, and links to this brand new product are in the video description below. Enjoy the review. So, an admission, I do actually already know what this is. There were rumours and speculation around this a long time ago. I wasn't able to comment, unfortunately. And if you know Droning On, then you'll know that one thing we are very good at is announcing DJI products before they're actually officially announced. But on this one, we couldn't say a word. So it's really nicely presented in this little hard plastic case. So inside, there is the tiny little Osmo Pocket. Bloody hell, that is tiny. Now, I really do think this is going to be a game changer for certainly the action camera industry. Clearly, GoPro have mastered their stabilization in their Hero 7, but this is mechanical stabilization, and that's generally always going to be better than electronic image stabilization. So the other thing you get in this little package is also this nice carry case. When you stow the Osmo Pocket away in its carry case, you need to make sure that the camera is facing the right way. So when you turn it off, DJI have developed the camera so that it moves into the right position for you. So if I turn it off, you see the camera automatically points down and I can put it straight into its carry case. You can still access the charging port underneath, so you can have it on charge whilst it's safely protected in its case. And in addition, there is also a little slot there, so that when you have the connectivity adapter turned around for connecting into your mobile phone, you could actually still potentially plug it in, so that whilst it's stowed away, you can have a look at your photos, etc. Just that little nice touch, I really like that. Looking at the design of this closely, it is really impressive. And this micro 3-axis mechanical gimbal is just incredible. This is DJI's smallest mechanical gimbal they've ever developed. And I have a theory. I think that we might see this gimbal on Spark 2, because it is tiny, and obviously Spark's original gimbal was only 2-axis. This is 3-axis, and that could be a game changer. Now, this unit only weighs 116 grams, and it doesn't feel like the Osmo Mobile range, you know, that kind of light plastic. It feels really good quality. So first of all, let's look at the key element here, which is the camera. Now, I think a few people might be disappointed that this is not a Hasselblad camera on top, but clearly if it was, it would massively increase the size of this little unit. But that's not to say that they may produce a second version of the Osmo Pocket with that higher quality camera attached to it. So this camera that ships with it is a 1/2-inch sensor camera, basically the same type of camera that you see on the Mavic 2 Zoom. It's got an 80-degree FOV, which is similar to the Zoom as well. It shoots 4K at 60 frames per second, which is very impressive, especially when you consider that that's also at 100 megabits per second bit rate. So that's going to be great quality. It shoots photos in JPEG or RAW, as well as RAW DNG. That's going to please a lot of photographers, and that's 12 megapixels. So this should be great for photos and video, and this little gimbal is just so impressive. Now, also considering that it is tiny, you'd think it's very fragile, but it feels very robust as well. Looking at the side of the little unit, we've got an SD card slot here. It supports a maximum SD card capacity of up to 256 gig, so that is just loads of storage. Probably never going to need to use that much. I don't believe it has any inbuilt storage. So just as with the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, the battery is inbuilt into this little device. It's actually got an 875 milliamp 2-cell battery, which gives you about 2 hours runtime. Now, that's not a lot of time, but consider the size of this unit. Giving it any longer would mean a bigger battery, and that means the unit would be bigger and heavier. It also charges quite quickly at about 90 minutes, so that's not too bad. Now, also worth noting that the battery inside it is a LiPo, lithium polymer, not a lithium ion. That means the operating temperature is rated at 0 to 40 degrees centigrade. Lithium-ion batteries generally work better in lower temperatures than lithium polymer batteries do, so this may not work particularly well if you're going somewhere that's sub-zero. But I'm going skiing in March, I will bring it with me and I'll let you know. Now, you may have seen in one of the leaked images of the Osmo Pocket a small wheel attached to the side of the Osmo. Well, this is basically an accessory port. There's a lot of accessories coming out for this, including Bluetooth, Wi-Fi modules. The key feature of this is these. In the box, you get these two little modules. There's a USB-C and also a lightning connector for iPhones. The concept is you take off that little bit of plastic there and then you slide in whichever connector is applicable for your mobile phone or your smart device like that. You then connect the Osmo Pocket to your smartphone like this via just simply plugging it in, and you've then basically got what looks like a mini camcorder. So it's quite a cool arrangement that you then turn on the Osmo Mobile like so, and it will prompt you if you want to open the app, which is called DJI Mimo. In fact, I've already associated it on this device and therefore it opens automatically. You can now see it's automatically connected and I've now got a live feed from the device. Now, clearly there are big benefits in using the app connected to the Osmo Pocket. You've got access to all of the features very clearly and easily and quickly as well. That's the key thing. Plus, you can watch back your footage in high definition. The other issue I found with the Osmo Pocket is it doesn't seem to have a speaker. So when you're watching your footage back on here, you get no sound. That's another reason for, of course, connecting it to your phone, which is very quick and easy. As you'd expect from any DJI app, it's fully featured. You can control the gimbal tilt, there's me, from the app, as well as all of the other features, so that's nice. The other thing you can do, of course, is share your footage directly from your phone to social media. That's also a big benefit. So if we just unplug that, now you might be thinking that this looks a little bit cumbersome with this little connector sticking out of the side. Well, when you're not using it, you simply rotate it around. So if we look at the front now, we've got this kind of rubberized grip, which obviously when you're holding the unit, it's to stop it slipping out of your hands. There's then a little button here for record, and then there's a button here to turn the unit on and off. There's also a tiny little LED indicator there, and I suspect that that hole there is the microphone. Then the bit that I'm really impressed by, not only is this unit tiny, has a 3-axis mechanical gimbal and a great camera, it's also got a tiny little screen. And if we just turn the unit on now, hopefully, there you go, the screen lights up, you see DJI. Now, not only is the fact that this has a screen impressive, but get this, it's touchscreen as well. Love it. Just looking at the underside of the Osmo Pocket, we've also got a charging port, which is a USB-C. Really good to see, because the Osmo Mobile 2 didn't have a USB-C port. Most of the cables that I have in the house are now that type, so great to see that. Now, one thing I do notice is definitely missing is a 3.5mm jack on this. The reason I would have liked that is because this is going to be very, very popular with bloggers or vloggers, and we generally want to use an external microphone. This doesn't have one. Now, it'll be interesting to test the audio quality to see what it's like. Also, the fact that this has a USB-C port on the bottom may mean that it's compatible with one of those external mics that use USB-C. It is a shame, however, that they didn't just stick a 3.5mm jack on this. However, with this accessory port, there's no reason why an add-on may introduce an additional port like that. So let's get the Osmo Pocket turned on. I haven't charged it yet, but we'll do that before we test it fully. Press and hold that button there, and that turns it on. You can see it's now calibrating the gimbal. And we're now taken to the setup screen here. So as mentioned, this is a touch screen. I'm so impressed by that. We're going to obviously go with English. So as you can see, we've now got a picture from our Osmo Mobile. Now, I actually thought the picture had frozen at first, but no, it's just that the gimbal is that good. So just like the Osmo Mobile 2, it's got lots of different modes. At the moment, this is one where it will just move the camera very smoothly based on where you point the Osmo Pocket. I'm still shocked at just how smooth that gimbal is considering the size of it. So now a very quick tour of the interface of the Osmo Pocket. It's really easy to navigate, and I personally prefer it massively to the horrible clunky GoPro system. So basically it is touchscreen, remember, you simply drag, and dragging from each corner of the screen gives you a different menu. Dragging from the left gives you access to the videos that you've recorded. You can easily delete them from there or even play them as well. But remember, it doesn't have a speaker, so unfortunately you won't be able to hear anything, which is a shame. Dragging from the bottom gives you basic settings that you're going to be using all the time. So you've got recenter the gimbal, which is quite useful. You've got the gimbal speed here, so that toggles how fast the gimbal actually follows your movements. You've then got pitch control, so you can lock the pitch so that it actually doesn't follow you. And you've got an FPV mode there as well. So if you're doing some action sports and you want to capture the roll of the camera, then it will do that for you. Finally, you've got a button here to flip the camera forwards or backwards, depending on whether you're going to be vlogging or filming things that you're looking at. Dragging from the right-hand side gives you your modes. So you've got video, photo, time-lapse, pano, motion lapse, etc. And finally, dragging from the top gives you your settings menu. So loads of settings in there. Sliding to the right gives you some additional options as well. It's also worth quickly just adding that when you are looking through the various modes here, such as photo and video, if you continue and swipe right again, then it gives you the sub-settings for that mode. So for example, video resolution up to 4K. If we go to photo, then it gives us our photo options. Another really nice feature of this mini display is you can actually control the gimbal tilt from it, just by sliding your finger up and down on the screen like that. So that's really cool. You've got very precise control as well. It is proportional. So if I move my finger and just leave it there, I don't know if you can see on that tiny screen, but the camera is very gently moving up. So that's pretty cool. So as you can see on the screen, you do have to activate this as with any other DJI product. So I'm going to connect it to the app, which is called DJI Mimo, and then we'll get this activated and then we can do some more testing. Activating the Osmo Pocket is very easy. Once you've docked your smart device onto the Osmo Pocket, just launch the DJI Mimo app and it'll automatically prompt you to activate. You have to slide the slider at the bottom to allow DJI access to your device. Finally, confirm your logged in DJI account and click next again to activate. It's all very quick and easy to do, then you can go and play with your new gadget. So that's the brand new Osmo Pocket unboxed, set up and activated. No doubt you want to see more. Well, our next video goes live in a few minutes and it's going to be available in 4K and it's our full outdoor testing. Click that subscribe button now to be the first to see it, comment below with your thoughts and of course give this video a thumbs up. Links to the Osmo Pocket are available in the video description, and by the way, this is being shot on the Osmo Pocket right now. Thanks very much for watching, enjoy part 2.